Close this out. We got our audio, video, here we go. Test 1, 2, 3, and that is audio, video. We are ready. Yes, we are. Now, the deputy right there, right there. I'm going to assign you. You have to trump, not over him. You have to trump over Sandra Hutchins, not no. Over Anthony Rackauckus, not no. Over Clapper, or Mr. Pink. Okay? If you can't do it, I need a deputy or a sheriff that doesn't go lie about this. Lying is the big problem from the bottom to the top of rank and file. Now, if you're going to try to be wiggly, I'll try, let me see, consider, because the chain of events that have transpired, sir. Hi, Bob Gates, sir. How are you, sir? The chain of events that have transpired. You have to go somewhere else and say something else is it, right? Go mental health. You know what I'm talking about? You can't handle it because, can you handle it? Do I call probation right now where you're at, or supposed to be at, and not at? We're at a nice dinner, a nice admiral station. We want it to assimilate nice Israeli generals and naval intelligence. Nice general, even if they note that thing. Can you follow? Or capacity. If something asks somebody out of you, and so your mind and everything with it, somebody else can assume your identity. If you can't do your job, that could be a possibility. You're the one that hangs out by this court, see? And this court over here, you're like the senior over there. Last I saw. Very many people seem to be passing the buck to that court right there. But you're a liar, too. To psych otherwise. So from the bottom to the top, if the individuals at the top of the chain of command are not getting the right information from the individuals at the bottom of the chain of command, try to formulate and process a command, please. Your hand, you salute, hand sign. You know how to make a salute, sir? A salutation? We don't want to be a spectacle right now. We've got phone calls to make. You were there while Steve was being trained. Excuse me, please? But a salute is not supposed to go in your rear end and murder all you can in some kind of devil trick. So if you can't get it at the bottom, I think this is a joke to joke around with, like this guy thinks. Mr. Perez, he does it, he's thinking too. Like you think, you better believe it's a problem. And you were there 26 years while Steve was training every day until lies. No, I wasn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't hear. No, I didn't see. Consequently, when it's time for Steve to get paid at his rank, he earned the rank. Not earned the general rank in the body's name. Steve, funny, friendly. Funny, friendly. He worked his way up. And the questions, the information, the qualifications, the particulars that needed to be addressed, quote unquote, left us. Parted over here and over here because at the bottom, this fellow, Mr. Perez, and you over there, Mr. Clapper, passing wrong type of information to the individuals at the top. And so sometimes individuals at the top and the far and in between, sir, base an opinion on how much you're making a year. Believe it or not. So had you been earning $130,000 a year and had a security rank, and this information had been passed, hear me out, please. Try this way about it. Oh, yes, that kind of thing. Instead of fleeing, because, oh, it knows what I do. Look, it's got a mind of its own. The image. See? So you act like some kind of hysterical lying. I'm watching you? I'm not watching you. I don't see you. So I subpoena you, basically. Subpoena like photography. Nice and easy. Not like that last film we tried in the morning. It was real, the voice sounds a lot better. So what I need here, besides I disagree, and in stipulating courtroom evidence exhibit, and in stipulating again complaints, this is Sandra Hutchins alone. Last year's tally, when she was in her prime at doing the worst type of behaviors that we don't allow, and that would be doing up Nebulas worth, the whole nebula system, all the stars, rectal inseminating, gratification, rape, deeds. And it used to be a few people, but planets, the whole nebula stars with her flight aperture abuse of conveyance crews. We explaining nice and slow and easy? And so saying, the whole system, and because she zeroes in, and you do it too, well, you know why I do that? So I have to kill you then, right? And try to get somebody else. Now, how am I going to do that? Is that something that it's just process of thought? You do it too, you want to tell me? And you'll run around saying you do, laugh. Everybody does it. Is it nice for Stevie? Between you and me, sir, you Steve's little wiggly going down there over there. They're 7 years behind because you're out doing those kind of things at wit. Reclassifying it, some mental lying, I don't know what it is, and want to laugh in my face and continue doing it. Now, to say, stipulate Steve is a toothpick size, what made you guys? Anybody got a problem with that? You found out. So I'm with Steve, Steve's with me. He made you. So stop right there. Is that a circle of the deal? Cause for affirmative sure we'll get to continue if they are doing that, if they are. Is that an attorney that represent they, if they are? Steve wanted to go to Manischewitz party, get this pass the baton deal going, not look not slippery, do as you damn well please. And if they are, is what I said, to help me go down that next, don't drink Kessler, but if I did, if they are doing that kind of stuff, is that probable, a reasonable cause to see you be shot dead? You go to make a try on me because I didn't ask you to psych. I do it too, so I'm trying to say they. That's what I'm trying to say. You're going to follow that O. You're going to take that hill. See, you didn't get better. Stipulate, please. He got better. You're going to take that hill. And that hill being, they're doing up nebulas. worth. And we can't have that. So where we are with you? County worker? Want to say Steve's got a problem because of the classification. From the bottom to the top. You run right to the sheriff's department. You're right there. Andrew Hudson's at your service. Anthony Rikakis too. We're doing the same thing. No, we aren't. Back to here to this lying, laughing, homosexual, mitochondria-infused DNA. And that's called runaround, sir. And you do it too. And so what I want here is not to get reamed by Westminster monster police in disguise, or George Bush got a fast one or a quick one with apartment management to pull. Same with you, Anthony Rikakis, nice and slow. I need to say ranks above the presidents, clearly stated. You're kidding? No, that's been a little bit now. Ranks above. I made you. So, in order to get, like, right over here with some of these nice fellows over there, what's wrong? How come you didn't? We got not getting the classification because it doesn't like you're caught. Clapper over here want to handle it and say no. So you're breaking the law. Capital crimes. He's telling lies about let me handle this, please. If somebody's going to pick on you or something, you let me know. You do not have anything to do with other than, if they are doing that, I need this kind of behaviors, those kind of things stopped. Not to be nuked over here every day by Don and Beto together and you there, lone officer nearby. Does that sound pretty fair to somebody? Can you keep your hands to yourself? You can't answer the question. You can, though, and you know my number, and I'll pass the number. And that is 714-597-4384. And I know this is live before it gets posted. And I'll show you the phone. The time is 7:38. And I want to hear from you, but in a polite, affirmative, not, you're coming in a writ. Now I'm speaking, sir. And you know what happened here. You know who Beto is. You know what's going on there. It's like you don't know what I'm talking about. Monsters, real bad things have occurred because you lie right there. The bottom of rank and file. Perez does the same and laughs. Same with Wendy Lindley. So what you need, besides to get knocked out cold, Steve, real bad, a little bit, if some of that, a little bit of cartoon, but yeah, a tiny bit. I might have to tell you to your face and put you on the back. To say secrecy clearances, to keep your mouth shut, said to me. So I want to not give up the ship like you're doing. Westminster Patrol Unit nearby. You don't want to give it? No, sir. To be consternate about not getting beat. You ever live in New York City, ma'am? If people like to beat people, you get beat. You don't want to get beat, do you? No, sir. No, ma'am. Even if George Bush says murder all the heck you can. Doesn't matter. Laugh. Be an anti-God. You're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to murder all you can and nuke yourselves dead to find out where your nuclear sponge and a nuclear sponge and a nuclear refurbishment tool, and there you are parked on my nuclear refurbishment tool. like you did today right here. So you want to see Steve burn in hell and die trying. See? And don't say you don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know how serious of a crime that is? Department management especially, and staff. That you're lying for them and not knowing your rank and file, and Bush is not the one to be calling the shots here. Neither you, Don Trump, especially when you're nuke first and don't have a thing to do with establishing a friendly rapport. Nice guy. Oh, they do that kind of, oh, they don't nice, they won't do that. If anybody hurt you, any of these stars and stuff, you give us a call. That is the tenor in psychiatry. You know what it is. You know that's pretty good, Stephen. Pretty good job. So you got to get your guys like Charlie Odom and say you got to get them back, not real bad. And if Steve does miracles, you have to make sure you have at least an anonymous corroborating friendly text friend to make sure that he can double check that it's working. Those other areas of companionship, friendly, teamwork, national pride, duty, honor, country, getting back on track, God bless America, that sort of thing. It wouldn't a rocket scientist would knock me out cold. To think anything less would be irresponsible, great poop on and domesticated. So funny, friendly to a certain degree. And if you can't answer in the affirmative somehow about, oh, they, so you need to be a little bit of a slippery a little bit. But if you can't, have somebody call to be a go-between, the right type of individual that can. Because sometimes in life, working situations, the right man for the job, well, you know that can make a go-between. You know, you have, and why is it or how is it? Maybe not to address it right to your face or you, but the real element of psychiatric is this exercise self-control, behavioral. Keep one's hands to themselves, keep one's penises to themselves, make reports in clinical areas of observation of how and why metamorphosis of large type of individualities from 6-foot type individualities, re-manifestation and retransformation, these kind of individuals, all the police, to psych it's a lost cause, and stop right there, act like they can't sit still. You have to keep in mind that Rayburn building people like John Warner and stuff like that sit through 6 and 5 hour inquiries, 4 hours, and act as if they don't have ants in their pants and got to use their guns, quote unquote. So we can't have people going down, turning into these things and doing everyone up. Like all the Westminster police I can't use. Especially Clapper that doesn't care. Takes the country like you're not supposed to do down to hell. That ain't where I want to be. And I'm pretty sure Anastasia may not want to be there too. And wherever she and whoever she be, our country tis of you, remember? Remember? So you're going to answer in the affirmative that post because Sandra Hutchins does way too many and has no ability, like you're trying to act like you don't know how to do or handle. And by asking someone else to lie about it and jump right off the table. No murdering. So if I'm going to leave that park right there, I'm going to leave this see, and I did try to, and they were closing in. Where was Ashton Carter? Yeah, I was sending a little text to him the other day. You're like a judge right there. We're a supernal-like court, endeavor, omnipotent, and we have missing very much heavens because you people are clowning around and murdering and rectal inseminating and killing every living thing devil style. Acting like wild animals right there. Marine Corps Commandant, sir. Wild animals. That worse than wild animals with other ideas. And so if you can't answer in the affirmative, Don Trump, which you haven't been doing, you've been nuking because you've got nuclear arsenals in your loins and flight aperture conveyance abuses. Come nuking your way every time there's, and you too, like a Mussolini deal with Beto. And I don't want to be fresh and naughty about that, following him and doing the same. That's okay to do. And so you would be a nuclear hell blaze because of her, the rest of you. As if it wasn't for, don't ever call me a nuclear sponge, please. Don't ever forget, please, if it's so much that your mom would ever slap you silly. A firmament is not a blown save atmosphere to take for granted. Thousands of years of ferns, millions of years, is something to recollect the New York City school system, the respect and regard for others that you taught and teach. And what we see over there, in one ear and out the other, is your Westminster police and Huntington police individuals. So we need leadership here. Not a big, the worst lies you could ever betroth on the poor little Steve over here. Anything to do with ever bringing people and children into the world. And the assimilation thereof. So I don't want to see shaky, underhanded, treacherous tries and deals, please. To say this has been explained in a very precise manner. Exactly that, though. Because I know 24/7, 365, 26 years, every day affair, telepathic, Merriam-Webster's dictionary. I know it, too. It's grounds to not really be looking for the thump Steve because you're mad at the image and to God. You're mad at it. Get mad at Steve so no one could ever come forward again. George Bush for you. You too right there. And to say how come? Thank you. Sorry about that. The management over here trying to cause trouble because they've been stalking me and sold the property 3 times to my DDR friends and family member only to get intercepted and hijacked and scalpeled. Like a Matrix scalpel deal. Cadaver swallowed whole at the pass. Along with millions of dollars. Very many millions. How many? 700 million on one account. That was earmarked for our program to save us from these things. And so I'm not done. And so even years ago, the Secret Service monies earmarked. Your end over there, sheriff units, stole the money. Stole it. In a very bad, cold day. When it wasn't a big bad John story. 40 men scrambled from a would-be grave. It was something like that, too. And Steve didn't know it. He got to put his rubber. Let me try talking to the computer like I'm mad at the computer or something. And the transition from reptilian to Luciferian made things saved that situation. Unfortunately, fortunately, 4 presidents were on the line. And that's Beto right there, mitochondria infused presidents. So then Is there any questions that you want to, just I tell you what I'm going to do. You have that kind of concert in it, Bert. You're not, you want to be a mean, kind of toughy, bossy guy. Because you are a toothpick, well, you're a toothpick style, but that's not really your way Steve likes to go and operate. So what he wants to do is pass the baton here and move the sensor to competent areas of realign. Got that, Mr. Gates, sir? And so nobody in any area of Mr. Trump's administration is supposed to give this man the wrong type of incentive as to none other than welcome a pattern of going up with this and where we're at. See? Now, by sharing and stipulating Supreme Court judges, we would like to, if we could, share our expertise, if that can be shared and stipulated at this sequence right here of, please, whichever court, whichever mark, psych, mark it, be right there, we can do that, whoever it is, whichever court wants to act as though this is not a security matter, internal, please don't come running around and trying to overstep the Supreme Court judges' authorities and try to say, try not to forget if they're doing that. And said, I don't murder, I don't do those things. And trying to upstage nuclear refurbishment, you said? Yes, sir. You would be a nuclear doom, hellfire, inferno way too many times. Make sure we have this. We want them $1 million at ease at all times. Because we're supposed to technically, act as if it's no. And so make sure that we can be able to get back the whole country instead of be a flying aperture, conveyance, magic screw over to everyone, which Beto is doing right now. And I don't allow that either. And so everyone could wind up being dissolved because you all wanted to play a trick on Steve. And you were disrespected and said and acted out to overstep the Supreme Court judges. Someone wanted to be $1 million at ease. That was the call. Now, look, I don't do it. And to make sure your attorney here said they friendly. And to psych or share or stipulate students, blackboards, the high school, everybody. If you have a no contest, it's not what I said, you have no way of controlling yourselves or talking about it. What does that tell you? Is that what I want to see? 714-597-4384 and 714-472-0867. So I've got a big problem with Westminster Police. And that ain't what I want to have. I got to be careful. You don't want your man over here to get hit, beat, done up, and that means Mr. Sessions right there too. Right there. That's what it's Attorney General right there. So when Steve goes out and about sharing and stipulating highest rank of all time with omnipotent of all time, as big as you could thump his butt real quick, as many as you could read the whole stack of all those, everything in it in a quick glimpse, and to sarcasm not, but your powers and purpose and coordinates and with all those other powers, unless you're with us, you've got to be with us, is to go and do rear ends, down, regression, and less. Deputies nearby, and they're kind of stuck on Beto's area of one and all, what is that? All in ones, yeah. And I don't want to understand is not something to do, please, or else Steve would go, well, let the nuclear refurbishment not work on them. And I'm ah! So they can't come park it in front of me and knock it. I don't know. I wasn't here. I didn't see it. And I have to hold that line for you, Mr. Holder. To hold that line. And something to say about, and that's Beto, that was when he was back there. Something about that. You want them, everybody, and Beto is on top of it. He's accommodating everybody's fate. Something that you don't want me to tell, no, that people don't come home anymore. Because we keep you in business, Telecare, for a reason here, to be the right type of professional. Not the wrong kind of. With cockroach larvae, Manny and others, and their lies at the police station, Seal Beach got nukes to psych, no, sir. Going down, too, in evolution. Not even cockroach going up. And that's not a funny thing. And one of you or somebody could be very happy and very thankful that this film might get released here. Very thankful up the years, up the road. Or very, very much a need to get to the deepest HEL alloy at you first then, pal. And somebody objected. Caught you red-handed. And I want to see these people, everybody look real, real nice, come out of this the right way. And if you don't like it, stay out of the way. Have somebody else to do it. There's the way and getting in the way. That shoot, that Marine Corps infantry. That bogey right there. And so you're supposed to take that hill, sir. We cannot have the cemeteries of life be way far more the worst than ever could be of a place that you would think hibernation is all there is. So please don't think that way. Don't put things up there and say, no, let's fight about it. Is that an address advisement? Is that an authority to act as though this is about cruel finger pointing? No, sir, I don't think so. I'll answer on that. Let's move and get them some out. So I want to make sure that these individuals are released, and they call me bottom to the top, because I have to have a bottom to the top when you're flying around and psyching and stipulating you took it all, Beto. So I need these releasees. I'm pretty sure it's better to somehow or another ask for the Supreme Court judges to be allowed to operate right here, as long as they keep a contact visual phone call with Steve at the top somehow about this. So judges over here, I don't know, and not to accuse, if you would, not to implicate, if we could, these or they that might have to, if they, surely, and if I ever did, of course I'll get right away, but I wouldn't say I did or didn't. That may not be that proper. We wouldn't get the job done. It was nothing. And so by not wanting to loathe in anything else, but these need to be released, and I'm going to make some phone calls right now to the Supreme Court areas. And all of a sudden, sometimes when phone calls are made, the right of release comes into play. And when the right of release from the flight aperture come into play, these individuals and others are released. And so by not going with the enemy and adversary and overstepping these bounds of this purpose and psycho, anyway, say, well, let's do Steve up and forget about it all. That is the OS terms. See? In terms of release. So by trying to also consider this as a prove it towards it, like a go-between and compartmentalize, and all loud behemoth type of thing. And by trying to share a pass the baton type of kind of mode of you folks can be doing this a lot better than Steve. Besides, 27 years. Well, that's a long time to be listening to just Steve. 8 hours here, 8 hours. Move the sensor. Program of work. So by obstructing justice, even if they said don't do it, I think they're going to get back on the saucer and they couldn't do it because Beto mind controls them to not do it or not. But that also does happen. Mind controls you to not do it. But you're going to take it right here, and I'm going to knock her like this, like a nigga didn't knock her. You're going to stay right there and make it, and I'm going to answer for you. I'm going to babysit for you. Steve's a good babysitter. Make sure the house don't burn down. Don't eat the children. Okay, yes, sir, yes, mom, and all that. Don't eat the children. Don't do any. No, I won't. Got that Stan. Payback Stan a couple of quarters you took from his piggy bank. Okay, okay. And so by wanting to make more monsters and say no, sir, or wanting to go, oh man, it's Evans. Oh man, you pay the man, please. Sure, public safety resource. Ding, 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 ding. Pay the man. The man. Do the work. And do a good job. And above all, over here, Westminster local law, keep your hands to yourself. Don't rape people. Don't find them in a chamber having be victimized whatsoever. Or else I can have a right trying to get in the Marine Corps. Boom, 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 boom. Got that chief for now, Les? Got that chief handy? Well, let's get them up here. We'll move you aside, though, here. Thank you, sir. And so we want to make sure that these don't go, whoa, Beto just took it away. And who would be fast to lie about it for them? Face to face. Not someone I want to go get the news crew, too. So we want happy days and good times. And this to be a success. Of course we do. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. So we have to cover our guys and move it and prove it. Move the battle line, prove the mission on, move the battle line, so to say. And next Kurt getting away. And don't ask Kurt to be a go-between of screw you any way you can and laugh and please. Don't use immature tactics to undo it with, as I saw you did, exactly what I said. You did a matrix, and a little bit of reserve when it came, but it did that, but you did hit them. And once you're hit and being raped and abducted, and don't ever tell Steve no contact order. The evilest thing you did and are still doing, don't do that. Even if Don himself tells you to do it. Even if Ray is not how it was born, Steve was begetting, yet Steve made you. Didn't want him to know psychiatry. But you do want to have individual capacity for them, don't you, Steve? Yes, sir. You want them to grow. Yes, sir. It ain't going to be a haircut no more. Yes, sir. No, not going to be a haircut anymore someday. So by trying to keep a few photos up here to hold the line there, don't come over here unless it is the right time. You got to make the phone calls, though. So call, please, first. And, oh, it's like, wow, great, yeah. And Beto, did you hear what I said? We made a mistake with you. I know we did make a mistake with you, and you're giving me lip and murdering all you can and doing the most degenerate, worstest behavior that could ever be imagined instead of security. And you know what you would have coming, too. So let's make sure we got Beto up here who abused ill commandeers. What Steve's observation is, even if that's all, you guys do all those things, so screw them. Don't act like that mind and attitude. Some judge wanted to look. Nuclear refurbishment. Common sense. To park your butt on a bench over here and say, it doesn't matter, burn me, baby. And that is what you say to us outright, Wendy S. Lindley. Burn me, baby. So, tone down. You gotta come over here and you gotta do real, and the judge is really and stuff. You gotta see if you not talk like that. Because you cannot talk like that. You gotta be real like. And I gotta get Antz to come out at about 2 o'clock every day, and for Steve to do all this kind of work all himself. We're not gonna get this, but that is way too much work. There's got to be some other people to do this. That's way too much. Granted, one time in life you did do something very good, and even if everybody could have made everybody, we could put a nice little, but we do not want you to be a trickle down there into nothing when I go to sleep, just to be a trick. We can't let that happen to you or Cutie Pie or anybody else. And guys are supposed to like gals, and gals are supposed to like guys, and assimilation therewith. And that's any to say a thing, and that's what I gotta find out. Beto is that we gotta watch out that kind of thing. And he is like a critter, real bad. No, but I want you. You looked the part, played a part enough to me. I want that one in your mirrors. I want a few here, you there, and it's just fine to me. So please, don't give yourself away if you were assimilating. And you did assimilate, Peachy Keno. Keep that area of and no perversions, please, or else you're at the wrong place. And keep it kind of straightforward. If you did. We have to change the 6 to 3 the same-sex things. And give us a goat. Security clearance. It might be a little bit of something. Huh. Okay, well, just do a good job. I'll tell them you got something on the line there. That kind of, play kind of, as if, whoa. And this way the need to look at yours personally or his personally there and not, okay, there you are. And Steve Scare's really easy too. And he's got a roll for you, and very much you take advantage just in case. Kid you not. So if I want to lose it, change the page, some voices and ideas and Beto's controlling also, abusing that, ill-commandeering. So let's lower this window. And so we think Don Trump needs to be recalled. The vice president will do just fine. Because Milky Way is worth internal, and Mr. Harlow with the Marshal Service. Everything to do with tables, nice-looking tables, and phone calls, that and windows, and talk there, and not really guns. Dave, you don't have. You're telling me. All right, be right back. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor, sir. And yes, nice to have you back. And so we want to keep an eye and make sure that even if, and we have to be careful. This is not really a funny thing because they do that to everyone. There's always bigger mitochondria, and they make very, very bad things that have no such thing as closely almost a woman. And that's not what I want to see you be at it around. Even if it's funny, you got some funny tricks right over here, want to make a try, do something. You tell them. That's our position. We uphold life, LIFE, blue in our flag. So if this kind of thing is kind of going on, and if we're handcuffed or not, or some other reason or another, or phone lines down, or reason to believe that there is an ill-commandeering factor going on, and Steve wants to make sure he accounts for the laws and rules and try to keep the Supreme Court. We're not really supposed to sue the Supreme Court, you know what I mean? Or kind of go after them, we're not really. So if we're like a knocker or stay there, right there, and Steve's going to superimpose those areas of Laws and laws, and we're walking the protection zone for us, for you, for me, and you. You asked one of you what he observed. And if he made you, or if you didn't love him, thanks. I don't want to say we get into that. Everybody could have made everybody. And so we do have a little bit of a predicament here. Let me go get Westminster. I'm going to show you this. But I don't want these people to see this too much because this is a little bit schmutzig. And I want this other subject coming up here. But I don't want to lose him. All of a sudden, Beto will think that he could make a fast pick and roll joke out of everything or anything that he could. And a concession to, yeah, screw Steve, it don't matter while you're on board even or not, or visible or invisibly on board. His area, our area, those are our spaceships too. And we all do that. And your mind shouldn't listen to that. Roving thoughts, roving eyes. And you're going to answer in your affirmative. You're going to take that O. You take that hill. Even if Clapper, and even if BB. But the rest can't do it, though. They can't. If you can't, I'm not into or having Beto do what he does and did. The type of romance policy we do here in the U.S., worst case scenario, is never ream them and every through and through, rectally. We never do that. And if they do that, we're supposed to act out as if cruel and unusual is never the thing to do here. Whether Beto got other ideas and right over there, and I stipulated, deputy here, bring him up, bring your service revolver, do it right now. Make sure you got a service revolver. I'll put the camera on it. You need to be shot dead. And we're shooting dead those kind of individuals in military circles and people disappearing acts and blow on your thumb like Popeye and you got new limbs. You can really, they come back from or play dormant or play like they're dead or not, possum. But in an objection here, objection to so terrible of a capital ill commandeering crime hiatus he is on, ill commandeering everybody's fate, everybody who's everybody, that I would be more likely to try to protect and serve in areas of not matrix suck or matrix cadaver, but like, oh, okay, our Father art in heaven. If there is a romance need, there is a romance need, an impulse, oh, okay, I'd rather not a ream job and rearrange their mitochondria and DNA so they go down to nothing and become their war prize trophy and assumed identity as well. See the difference? That's serious over there, deputy. Don't want it to come out. So I'm waiting for your call, and I can double check and call there. And I'm going to try to do that. And I'm going to also try to call the news service and make sure we have this right. So you can be accountable. Accountable enough to, oh, if they do, maybe a little bit. Instead of what I see, I didn't want to see and hear in the last few years or two, or way too long. Complaint, missing Nebulas, first up. Sandra Hutchins, for example, has been singled out. Getting her yayas. She got lever type penis and contraption of blind aperture conveyance. Makes her like a he too, alloy. You can do it right in, to insinuate to somebody to shoot me right there. It sees that person. You got to speak up for yourself. Did I say to seize that bee? I didn't say to shoot me. Especially when you're on and have been on our flight aperture, that's Beto's, but he'll let you down just to screw this up. And make hell every which way he can and not follow any O. That's why him and Don nuked us daily, almost, recent times. So know the difference better, please, deputies, or I would surely need to be knocked out cold really bad. Or to say the least. If I was this way, you would make up a, no, sir. There, she's a problem right there. She got about 10 or 20, so you assign the right type of people that could move, improve, and maintain. And if I needed a rifle company that can shoot straight, shoot, that's one thing. If I need like a younger Henry Kissinger type, I'm going to work with this kind of stuff, that, like Brian, and that. So to have these individuals up and be susceptible to Beto's pick and roll jokes in the client's aperture is what goes on, like you do over there. You did, and these two. You too, Ron. You too, Telecare, going to knock on my door. I don't know what you're talking about. And doing like you did and are doing here with apartment management. You too, in the act. Laughing too. And that is an invitation to take into custody these right here. Very, 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 very bad to see. And rather go and make HELL for everyone else and pick and roll jokes, Beto cracks, than uphold life. So one has to keep an eye on. And make sure you have every word, please, stipulated, word for word, pound for pound, pregnable and impregnable, yet are not alike. Trying to get attention is my problem. Eating people, doing us up. Ron, you don't want to understand. You got had. We just got you back to your normal place all of a sudden. Don't want to report a miracle. So please, do not lie about this over there. But in a way, remember over here, if they do that to cover B. You knew how to do real bad things. Yeah. There. So if you're not going to be a good lie, steal for the CIA about to get out of a paper bag, that's what you got to do. There's enough worries. Ron, don't go after whoever you can screw my girlfriends and turn them into monsters and think you're getting over on me, one up here, stand or to play tricks on you. For the first joke, a comedian to play a joke on me and be unfaithful about it. I kick your butt in court, fair and square. Come on, man up. That pay the man. That affirmative, sir. That public safety reason on your sir, so we don't transfix. Again, so we don't transfix on Steve only in one-man deal. Again. So they're the ones doing the problem right here at Telecare. And so Sandra Hutchins. Because whatever you want to go in there, you get psychiatric help, Navy assistant. You get it. Don't come down. I need the psychiatric help. And the psychiatric help that they might need, by the way, Ron and others, is the multiviral mutation type of clinical need of communicable diseases with hybrid type magician-like people are way, way devastating compared to human anatomy. Right there. So the Jackson Isle property here, another area of stipulating much to do with business, much to do with murder and robbery As you divvied the money and stole and lied. You didn't do my DDR people up, but you did do that. You keep doing it. As we bought the properties here, the Jackson Isle, 3 times. And if I were to, like I'm trying to do, put notices on the door to move out and get out of here, bad, and you know that's what's going on. So we can house a few agents to protect and keep an eye and pass information, collect, gather. Don't ask them or Wendy Lindley to say otherwise. Don't keep on ripping off money that is intended towards making heaven here with this type of stipulation, divine-like intervention. And don't rob the EU and the U.S. Treasury Mint, Ricky Arroyo and others, and divide it up to whoever will lie about this thing and a cause of action and a payroll obligation to make. Not the same. Ramiro Gonzalez got other ideas. And however, a joke you'd start to crack. It's like, no, murder all you want anyway. Let me get however could stick it up. Whoever's you knew that you liked to go along with a joke is all this is. And screw everything up in an effort to make offensive against us. To screw us, just to purposely say up our butt. Please do not do that. That's what Manny did and does. Tully does. However, we're friends, you're with me, you're trying to unfriend us that way. Devil style. So don't do that. Don't be a bad influence. Okay, let's go get Beta Whip. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor, sir. And those are signs, not retardation, lies that you tell and told Joe Perez. You too, Ron. See, coming back and looking to make trouble and not do what we asked. I left a nice phone message for you. And you know I did, and we did. You're supposed to get this classification kind of right, not come over here with guns. You gotta come when I don't know what you're talking about. Because critical life support that I disagree needs to be taken out or captured, put in, and so does Anthony Crack. About 5 or 6 or 10 of you need her. She's one of them. She pick and rolls a sheriff coroner dissidence and disdain here. We can't have that, and she's the complaining party about missing Nebulas at the top over here at the scrimmage at the county level of sheriff department. We can't have the sheriff department leading the way. Up yours, let's fight about it. And you're going to take that hill, and you're going to answer in the affirmative there, right there, for which it stood, that post, whether it's the FBI director post, whether the CIA director post, whether George Bush got other ideas, nice. You're bad. You want to put the vice president in there real good and pass it along? That's way too loud. And let's not get any jokes to play. We got to take a look at Beto first before we take an intermission here, so you know what we're looking at here, because that guy is doing the ill commandeering, and that is where we're at with this. It's almost set up real good. If you would have had that Beto clip, that would have been real good. That means you, right there, Ramiro Gonzalez, do not come over here threatening or lying or pick and rolling Wendy Lindley's the side or the sign to call over here and over there and continue psyching. And no, and you're to break free, you need to call, and you can't single out your behaviors. And Beto does swoop your matrix. General Dunsford, sir. That's what it looks like. And you're way up to you're a way big parasite too, by the way. Do I want to, you can outreach, outpunch, I'm not going to, whole different case, cause. But this one, back on track, uphold life, not uphold lies. Beto ruin it all for everybody. So we'll have to have a different area of presentation, just single out just a Beto type of deal here before we lose this clip. Something gets frozen over here, and see if we can get a phone call in. And let's also go over here. Let's give these some elbow room here. Even if you say no, that isn't our position. If I have to hold you by the hair, like a child or something, getting hit by a car, uphold life, not lie that you know nothing about it. While you're riding and not riding and lying, what if he says this, do that? If he says that, do that. Damn, I got a got signs. It doesn't know no cars out there hardly. I'm not something. I don't want to get worried. I'll be right back. No. Oh, yep. Let's go to the newsroom. So when we suggest sometimes, the newsroom appears. And when we brought George Bush back from the battlefield, George Bush Sr. in the 1990 Invisible Wars, we thought it was research or assimilation, and it was really the deal. And people didn't want to tell me. And every half hour, 15 minutes, look, index finger and brought him back. Come on, George Bush. And he didn't want to. He was kind of not very happy about it. So, please have a very nice. They do. Good luck. Hallelujah. Joy to the world. That kind of sound, okay? And even if you don't think so and you're too guilty, turn yourself in, Ramiro Gonzalez, is what I said to do. Let's not have any other than all acquaintance be forgot, and good words, good thoughts, good deeds to share. Don't give illegal orders, Sandra Hutchins, and turn yourself in. That's what I said to do. So there's about 5 or 7 or 10 at the most. We want to limit the culpabilities. And be sure to include castrations on that, please. Thank you, sir. And Ricky Arroyo, Damien, those, especially them. So what does the police chief do in Westminster? First thing he does is hire the worst people like Beto and Ricky Arroyo to act like they're police all of a sudden, doing the worst damage. And we can't have that. So by trying to use the Westminster Police Department at first, that is the kind of snare we ran into. Let's see if you're on over here. Oh, looks like it. See, I'd rather you get the phone call in. Why don't you get a phone call in and then do that later? All right. you don't want what happened. Beta was sweeping them off and cracking jokes, and you're supposed to answer the affirmative too, just like the other beta. Affirmative, sir. No doing Nebulas up. No murdering. No cracking jokes. And bypassing our protocol and our business here, and ill-commandeering a all to H-E-L, the other way about it instead of heaven. All that, uphold life, not uphold L-A-V-E-R-G-A, perversion, clearly stated and stipulated, sorry about that, and that is what you're doing, though. You're doing a homosexual murdering psychic side of mockery here, Jimenez, and you're doing it too, deputy nearby, and you're looking the other way to psych and pick and roll. That's the way. And so are you, thinking I need attention as opposed to the for which it stands needs attention. That forgot to pay Steve way too many lies ago. Each money area of saw us coming and abuses their privilege of money, whether it be the Treasury, the Comptroller, the impunity areas of every attorney, to psych. No, it didn't. No, I never heard or saw it. Like you're doing with the Ramiro Gonzalez, too many lies. And that isn't what you want to see, is it? No, second grade class mentality. So by having and wanting to digest yourselves instead of getting back on track is not what we want to see. If we want to reuse the energies, unless you're just a lost cause and cannot control yourselves, and you want to speak for all the rest, and I don't want you to speak for all the rest on those pretenses, do I? That answer in the affirmative, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So keep your hands to yourself. Do not rape people. Do not rape any friends of mine. Pray to God that anyone that tries to do those things gets covered and protected by an extra safety screen like I was getting, that Sandra Hutchins gets turned in, like I said, to do to both of you. And whoever gives you an illegal order to not understand it, don't do that. Don't say, I want to see nuclear refurbished not work, which you do want to not see, by the way, and you all did. Every one of you defaulted on your decisions to nuke us anyway. Let's see this. And that would bum Steve out. That was not the way to stand up to your flag. And so get out of the way or turn yourself in or fall on your own equivalence of a sword. Sandra Hutchins and whoever, however, says, it doesn't matter, Steve the bad guy. Oh, Steve, of course, don't tell your friends like that. Come on, if they got this, we're taking. Ain't gonna hurt you. Let it know what. I got a little bit of something out there. Come on. All right. Wait, something you make some phone calls. You gotta sell the product. All right, let's be right back. Thank you, sir. Okay, so we've got Down South on the line. Ron's line. We're going to leave a message.
Office is currently closed. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you are trying to reach our on-call staff, please press 1 now and you will be connected to the on-call telephone number. Please know that the on-call number is for crisis calls only. If this is not a crisis or emergency,
Let's call that crisis number a little bit, mental health. But those are the worst people right now. But I'm going to make sure you, the police department, have this right. And you are Huntington Beach on the line, trying to pick and roll a maneuver of F-bomb all you say. Because F-bomb all you say and Beto togetherly and lying about it, and I know a liar when I see a liar, is not a thing to do. And a time to know when to continue or not ever continue in the first place, this far along, be falsely diagnosing, see, and laughing and mocking, and think it's funny to kill and murder everyone or anyone, like judges on call I see are trying to act out at. You too, with your hands right on it. And that is nuclear war has transpired too many times. And to laugh in our face because you didn't get burned in hell right here and are here to be a clown is not what I want to see you do. You sure? Yes. Even if Ray came back and said to do it.
Telecare in Orange South. The office is currently closed. If this is an
Now, I didn't make no mistake on this. So make sure you got that. I did not make any mistake. You make a mistake. Do not. You're making a mistake right there, Joe Perez.
If this is not a crisis or emergency, please feel free to leave a message on our general voicemail, or if you prefer, you may leave a message for any.
No, I want to call the crisis number because I know the real deal when I see it. And I'm not a liar.
You may dial that number now. If you know
everybody can die here by lying and become
prisoner
prisoner too. If I fall through the cracks right here by liars at mental health like you are doing, Ron.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for your patience, and we look forward to connecting. Front desk reception.
Is not available right now. If you need further assistance, enter pound now. Thank you.
Okay, just checking in, Ron. We have this recorded. We want to make sure you're making and giving the right type of analyses, the right type of stipulation for classification of Steve's mega miracle service. And to psych, that is not anything to do with a wrongful attainment of whatever, however you want to look. Yet your drugs to kill us, tainted, is better. Make sure you have that real good. Not even a little bit. Not as perfected as, no doubt about it. Being recorded for quality assurance. And you can see the film at Subpoena Photography at blogspot.com. We'll pass it right back to you. And that would be, let's see if we got that. Subpoena Photography. Yeah, something like that. Blogspot.com. Be right back. Do not laugh or make a mockery. Official business, you know it is. Don't ask a judge or a care coordinator to come knocka. Like you've been doing. It stole the properties here and killed people. DDR. You did it, Telecare. And management here and George Bush. Live on TV where it headed. I want to see some making up. And hurry up and do this. And nice thing, all of that, if they do that, they'll do a good job. If it's going to hurt you, let us know, Steve. You don't feel like hurting something? No, sir. Okay, now, bye now. Over and out. I have to call that again because the recorder didn't record.
The office is currently closed.
It's imperative that the
please hang up
mental
and
health
dial
on the bottom
911.
don't act as a pick and roll
To reach our on-call staff,
to lie about
please
everything.
Press 1 now and you will be connected
And
to
I know
the
I'm watching.
on-call telephone number. Please know that the on-call number
Exactly
is
what I
for
said.
crisis calls only. If this
You have
is
to
not
stop
a
doing those
crisis or
things yourself.
emergency, please feel free to leave a
You
message
do not
on
want
our
to come over
general
here and get
voicemail,
weird and
or
tweaky.
if you prefer,
Don't do
you
that.
may leave a
Oh, I
message
didn't get
with
up.
the
Wow,
number here at
congratulations.
Telecare
Sure,
in
ding, ding, ding.
Warrentown.
That
If you
kind
know
of
the
thought.
extension number of
Not
the person you
no.
were trying to reach, you may dial
Because
that
I raised
number
my
now.
voice.
If you know your party's last name, please dial 411 to reach our directory, which is organized by last
You heard
name.
it. I didn't say it's a murder.
Be
Make
sure
a
to
try.
return your call when we
Say
reopen
negatives.
for service.
Okay, be
Thank
right
you
back.
for calling. Thank you for your patience, and we look forward to connecting. Front desk reception
Is not available right now. If you need further assistance, enter pound now. Thank you, and goodbye.
Oh, it closed during it. Didn't take the message. See if we got someone else. See if we're going to call you. Let's go get the news service. This is pretty good too. How come? Because you do and did hear it. And you are here in the building. And you have been stalking us. Stalking. That means when you do foul play, as many times as you know you got caught at court, see, you'll want to fight about it and lie with the hostages that you coasted and brainwashed, and cadavered, and matrixed, like you did do, and think you can get away with it. And that is a shoot them order to confront me like you just did, like you did. That is warfare. Warfare. And international boundaries, too. To laugh and murder and lie and come at me for a try. And one too many. That's warfare. I say to take you out, too. First, those guys. All of you together right there. Boom. In that circle, that table you're walking away from, you're not supposed to murder. Cindy says to do it, like you did do with Manny and cockroach larvae abductor Manny and others, and where you sodomize whoever you did and do like the DDR people, guests you go holding, and brainwashed and they'd be scared to death unless we have the right type of safety guarantees going. See? And bad Don. Bad Ron. So we need you to man up better, okay? Be friendly, and everybody can kick Steve's butt. It sounds like it sounds pretty good a little bit. They really need it. Yeah, we really need that. You get scared easy too, and then all down the drain. And that's not no understatement about toothpick size compared to use. So want to fight and you had a bad, murdering, lying attitude is not a good thing. Telecare witness, accountant. So you need to pay up. Not run and flee and tell a lie at the police station like you just did, Ron. That's what I ask you, to man up, please, if you don't mind. And you too, Telecare judges. There's enough to go around in senses of urgencies and to see, did they get them? It's not what I want to see on your mind. I want some boom. That's what I want. I don't feel like losing, failing, flying, being victimized. I'm not in the mood for this kind of stuff. You stand up to your flag or get the other way and turn yourself in, not lie about it. And take your ass out for the tricks you got up here. Any which way possible. For the record, at least. Not clap as something else went on. Like you're trying to pick and roll at Beto and whoever, however, does not have the wherewithal. And you're going to have that wherewithal and take that hill run. And just get concentrate on run for a little bit. Danny ate him up and Beto gave the power to me to eat him up and cadavered him. We gave you back, got you back 20 minutes ago, and there you are. Get on the line then and say the right thing. Not. And that's why we have the BP. So it doesn't look good, but sometimes it could get together. So you're a bad murder liar in denial. That's why. probation, phony 7 years, and how many you killed, and made jokes of it. Lied, you don't know what I'm talking. So whoever, however, says, by authority of whoever, however, and you think star nebulas ain't worth nothing to do with what you think you're worth. And she dissolves them and digs them up just to do the rectal insemination ream job, and you all think that's funny. Run, because you can kick my ass. I don't want to cuss too much, ruin the film, and stipulate abuse of authority is what you're doing, and that's frontlines warfare. So please, you don't want to hear please? Get out of the way, turn yourself in, and you're going to wind up being digested for good. And that's never enough to describe the excruciating you owe right there. The eye for an eye. Every gun got something to say at the door. And you don't got no guns, Steve? No, they're acting like they don't. So look at it better, please. Look at it better. No, we put Ron right there. Not some color dude, not this, not that, not T, not donor stole it, not that. Right there. And you're going to make the right, even if you know and been doing that as fast as then you do it, you have to stop doing that. Answer in the affirmative. And you have to get, oh, okay. Not ream them and do something else like Beto's doing, and we can't let them do that. And that's how I have this, and I'm not going to take no for an answer. As much as I can get away with is the right sign, the right approach, sir. The betterment. Next case, pay the man, do the work, and do a good job. And sure, we'll have to bill you. We'll start billing you a little bit. So this way it doesn't look like we're suing from there. And so we're going to have to bypass the phone calls, but but we don't want to lose this clip because it could hang. And so let's just get a little bit of a news service thing here, and we'll be closing this one up, which wasn't too bad, comparatively speaking. The other ones did sound pretty hideous. The vocals were really bad. So we have flying saucer cameras and this other thing, and flying saucer things all day long. So when Beto comes out, look, I make my own news service, and tries to pitch you guys as not looking $1 million. And that's what we want. We want you to look like $1 million. Oh, if they got that kind of stuff, what Dad should be tell them to do a good job. And anybody gonna hurt you? I'll let you know. You don't feel like hurting? No. I'm gonna hurt you. You give us a call. No, it hurts you, Steve. Okay, you take care. And remember, don't tease with bad intentions across the lines. Kurt always said. We'll see you then. Bye now, and let's see. Let's get that other one. So if they do have something that make you be sure something or someone that we don't do those kind of. We wouldn't do it if it talk to you in a bit. An attorney area of wave. Say otherwise. 714-597-4384. We'll be there. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And let's go and see if we got something here. Yep. Oh, is that it? No, I think this is a different one. Let's get here. So there's lots of good ideas that could still accommodate if you have ones that have extra energy. And Steve Major? Wow, great. Well, everyone could have made it, and we're not gonna. It doesn't want to spend too much time transfixing on that. That's what it said. It said it even, but I would only first thing if I wasn't thinking about it too hard, and other than thinking, great, free get babies and such thing. The thought if anyone said you didn't want free children, all of a sudden might get a bad guilt conscience in that one alone. yeah, so they got a little bit of trying to pass this a little bit along, and sometimes if and when someone or individuals are trying to sell a program of some sort or try to protect an interest in some, the idea of not pushing people too much on their back, tiny bit, and but at the same time to bear true and credible witness and anything to do with if someone was representative having to represent a situation or a country or a need to protect and serve, the stipulation uphold, protect, preserve, defend. Is that what? Yes, life. And some there's a complaint about nebulas. Nebulas. I'll look up what nebulas really mean. The whole thing. Well, one like real bad stuff. So if it is all that, definitely I wouldn't want anybody to get hurt. And I'm pretty sure I would want you to not want the same. Anyway, nice people, and yeah, you take it easy. And then looking at a nice dress, and we'll see you in an event. And that's 714-597-4384. And you can make and shape the future. If there's a tiny bit, is that? And some individuals, sometimes they say, that's how it goes. They get, so sometimes you got to make sure you move the side. And not that Steve wants to do this all day long, all the time. See? So that sensor area, you folks, love was the word they try to protect, procreate. Word, understand, yeah, that was well, let's see, huh? But that other one this morning, that was terrible. But you already have your voice starting to get down. All right, let's see right here. And I don't know, CNN still in business. Something went on. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. But yeah, we were CNN news enthused back in the day, and watching the generals, admirals go across those. Wow, those guys. But we were doing our music thing, and there it is, and so although they said it's even like a toothpick size, you folks might be able to use it, but a little bit of yelling, scolding and stuff, but really not the best thing, but not better than falling victim. And even if some had some extra energies, there's always a church with a door, and there's always bigger areas of one does not want to victimize any way you see it. So anyway, to come to a consensus of, do a good job, if anything. All right, you said do a good job. I know. There we have it. So then the technical means of verification is nuclear non-proliferation. You're a nuclear composite, I'm not. No such thing. Everything is Navy. There's lots of little particulars, but it could be news in a way, newsworthy. And some people see a ghost, woo! It may not even be called a ghost, but good in a way, apparition or cartoon-like contours that get an omnipotent creator to kind of communicate. Anyway, you all take care and call 714-597-4384. We kind of get this a little bit to the side and a little bit too much for one person. I won't pass it along. You take care. May a good word be given, shared, stipulated, and may our paths of fate be greeted by good words, good culmination of new ideas and new changes and good changes for those who come endowed, and may we come endowed indeed with more life and deeper meaning speedily in our time. Amen. Omnipotent regard for self and others. Love. Over and out. Thank you, sir. And if we can close that right there. Yep. And that's how we're going to have it. Thank you, sir. Supreme Court judges. Love. Anyway, let's not lose this clip. And the assimilation area, if all else fails, or not fails,